Hello everybody, welcome to a new video of Jane's Speed Shop. So today we have this Mercedes 190 2.5 diesel. This is my new personal car that I bought about 3 months ago. So this particular car is from 1986. It's been delivered in Germany originally, and it's a 5-cylinder diesel. So last year I drove W124 2.5D at Henk grooten, and that made me think to buy also a diesel when they are still easy to get. I just wanted one, and they're still not that expensive. So yeah, very nice example. So 1986, in a pretty special color. I don't know out my head what the color is, but I put it down below. It's kind of blue. Original wheels, Mercedes wheels, pretty good condition, no rust. Normally they can start rusting around these edges. This car has been painted on several spots in the past. I don't think you can see, but you can see here the color difference. So this one, the clear coat is not that nice anymore, so this side has been painted before. Front wheel arches are pretty good condition. The only thing I have here is a little bit, there's a little spot over here, but for the rest this car is pretty good condition. I didn't want the car that I needed to weld on, so yeah, very nice example. So the 190 is built from 1985, this is built from 1985 to 1993, and the 190 itself is built from 1982 till 93. So the 5-cylinder diesel came 3 years after the introduction. You had a 4-cylinder diesel, the OM601, and this is the OM602. So with all these, this is a fully blue interior. I have some cracks in the dashboard, but I have a new dashboard in the right color. So also these door panels always come loose. This is very, yeah, all the 190s that have seen some days outside have this kind of issue. So door panels, but for the rest, this overall condition of this car is pretty good. If you see the seat, no damage over here. So it's been delivered with a sunroof, electrical, so it's only a sliding roof, not a tilting roof, and has an armrest in it. It's an automatic 4-speed transmission, and yeah, I think that's the option. I have a colored band. This is also an option up here. And for the rest, it's just a pretty nice car. It has done almost 280,000 kilometers. I think that's pretty original because all the clocks, everything works. But you never know. Sometimes these clocks break. I put a pretty modern radio in it because this has Bluetooth. It's easy when you have a phone call or want to listen to Spotify or anything else. So pretty nice. This door panel is the best of them. So I think the sun has been on this side of the car. So you can see this is all pretty good, but you can see here has seen some heat. So what happens is this material gets smaller through the heat. You can also see it on this side. It's also here a little bit in there. But yeah, this is all, it can be fixed. But for the rest, car's pretty good condition. Also the wheel wells are pretty good. You can see it starts a little bit here, but it's not that bad. But yeah, I didn't want a car that I didn't need to weld on. So the underside of the car is very nice. I will not put it on the bridge. It has an original toe coupling. So that's in here. It's an original one. The original dashboard, I have extra plates. You can see the original, where is it? Original one from buidl, I think it is. Very nice, pretty special. So, the OM602, so 5-cylinder diesel. This engine came in a lot of cars. It's been built between 1985 and 2002 as this engine is used. They also made a 2.9 liter that also came in The bigger versions, like I think the T1 model, it's the big transporter model, the Mercedes-Benz 100, it came in. I think also 2.9 came in the G classes, I think. You had a turbo version of a 2.5, you had a turbo version of a 2.9. So the power range from these engines went from 90 horsepower to 130 horsepower. The 130 horsepower is the 2.9 turbo diesel. I think the 2.5 diesel had like 127 horsepower or something. This has 154 newton meters, and the turbo version had I think 225 or something. So this car's pretty clean, as you can see. Nice engine bay. Also underneath the headlights, no holes that have been rusted in. The first thing that I noticed, I don't think you can see it very good in the camera, is that there's plating underneath the engine, underneath the transmission. This is, I didn't know that, but they told me that this is standard for diesels to have some sound deadening in it. But it helps to keep the chassis rails from rotting away. So yeah, this car has been, you can see here's still the coating. On the other side I removed it because I wanted to see the original underneath. But this is all wax. So the owner before me did a pretty good job. So for the rest, it's not a really fast car, for sure not. It does 0 to 100 in 16 seconds. But for the rest, it runs pretty good. The only thing that I did to the car, I had a leaking fuel pump on top. You see the plungers from the injectors on top, they were leaking. There's an O-ring between, underneath it they can leak, and I changed them all 5, and that's the only thing I did. For the rest, it runs pretty good. Yeah, this car has some maintenance. You can see a new radiator. So in the past, the transmission had some cooling fluid in it because this radiator was leaking, because the internal cooler is in this radiator. That is why I don't have on my other car an external radiator cooler or transmission oil cooler. So this transmission is not the best that's underneath this car, but it still drives pretty good. So I will start it up. Oh, nice diesel sound. So let's have a drive. So 4-speed automatic transmission, 720/4. So you also have them delivered with a 5-speed. As far as I could find, these 2.5 diesels were never delivered with a 4-speed transmission. But my feeling is now with this car, it misses a 5th gear. I think it does a lot of revs in 4th gear. It feels like it. I don't have an RPM gauge in it. But if you're driving on the highway, it's making a lot of revs. But you can feel that this engine makes peak torque at 2800 RPM, so 154 Newton, and it makes peak horsepower, I thought it was 4600 RPMs. And so you can also feel it if you're driving on the highway, you're driving in the highest gear and you floor it above 100. It pulls hard. It pulls just as hard or harder. It accelerates still very good because it's a non-turbo. So you have low RPMs. You don't have really that much power. It's 90 horsepower, so it's not really a race car. So it should do 0 to 100 in about 16 seconds. I think after the facelift mod, in a bit of facelift mode, I think it was an 88. These cars had 94 horsepower, so it's 4 horsepower more and 4 Newton meters more, so it's not really that much. But if you had a turbo diesel at 125 horsepower diesel, it was really quicker than like a petrol version. It drove much better. And in fact, these 5 cylinders are just nice. It's not the 6 cylinder in this car. If you like a 2.6, I think it's pretty nose heavy, very big engine bay. And these are still pretty light. I think Mercedes gives this before the facelift model, say they are 1175 kilos, and after the facelift they're 1200 kilos. And I think before the facelift the petrol 6 cylinder was 1200 kilos, and when it had the facelift model was 1260. So it's just 60 kilo, but all the weight is on the front of the nose because it's still an iron engine block. The 601, 602, 601, all the diesels were iron blocks. So and the base of this engine is still the same as the later 270 CDI engines. So the common rails that came in 1997, 98, I think. I think it was a little bit later, maybe 98 or something it was. Because the OM605 was based on this engine with a multi-valve engine, so not just 2 valve per cylinder. And the later models had 20 valve per cylinder. And then you had also the 6 cylinders that had, of course, 2 valves, 603 and 606 had 24 valve. So pretty sturdy engine. These can easily do a lot of miles, like 500,000 to 1 million miles is no problem for these engines. They don't need a lot of maintenance, and yeah, they drive very good. I really love these cars because you can, yeah, it's just they are so easy to drive and have a good fuel economy. Fuel economy of this car should be around 7, between 5 and 7.5 liters on 100 kilometers. They say 5.5 liter, but I think you can only get it on 80 kilometers road, because if you go over 100, I think they use a little bit more fuel. So they've been produced, the 190 is produced between 1982 and 1993. They built 1.8 million cars, 1.875 or something, 1,875,000 almost, in this 11 years of production. And the 2.5 diesel is built 147,500 cars. So it's less than 10% is this 2.5 diesel. So it's pretty rare. I think the 4-cylinder diesel you see a lot. I now try to search this particular 5-cylinder, and there are not that much for sale also. So yeah, it's still pretty rare, I think. So the 190, the most famous model, is of course the 2.5 liter 16 valve, and the Evo 1 and the Evo 2. You had the 2.3, yeah, 16 valve you have, and yeah. But I think this is still a very nice car to drive. So the fuel economy, what I'm doing with it, I'm not pretty sure because I don't have it that much. I only fueled it once when the tank was half full, and I know the last time I filled it completely up, and I now drove 640 kilometers with it, and I still have just under a quarter tank. So according to Mercedes, when you look at the specs, they say you can do 774 kilometers on one tank. One tank, so that's 55 liters. So if you calculate it, then it's using a liter on 14 kilometers. So if I'm around that number, like a liter on 14-15 kilometers, I'm pretty happy with it. So what's my plan with it? So I like to build in the future a CDI engine in it. So common rail 270 CDI. They are easy to find, and they are based on this engine, so you can swap it in without any weight difference in the car. I think it will fit on the same engine mounts. It's still a 5-cylinder on paper. The power level of 270 CDIs, I think, on a 70 horsepower, so that's it's almost double the power of what it has now, and the fuel economy stays a little bit like the same. So yeah, not sure yet, because this is a very clean original car, and all the things that are wrong with it I can easily fix it. I don't have to weld on it, I can just put a new dashboard in it, I already have it. It's pretty much easy to do. So I think this version of the W201 is the best one to buy. It's the most easy to maintain. You don't have turbos or anything else. It's faster than the 4-cylinder diesel, and it always runs. It's just it's not the fastest, of course, not, but you can easily do 130, 140 kilometers on the highway with no problem, hours after hours, no problem, and still does the same fuel mileage. So cheap to maintain. So yeah, I really like it. I'm very happy with my buy, and yeah, hope you like this video about this W201, and I think you will see some more on my channel about this particular car, because I think I will go do something with it. The first thing I think I want to do is swap it for a 5-speed automatic transmission, because I have an off gear the same as I had in my as on the 24 V8, and this 5-speed is not pretty good. But the problem I now have is that it will, when I'm driving like 30 kilometers, it's already in 4th gear. So there's something wrong with the vacuum system in this transmission. So I can rebuild it, but I have a spare transmission from my V8, and I have the bell housing for this engine. I have the off gear. I only need to have an axle that will fit, and needs to be welded and balanced, and then I can just swap it for a 5-speed and make this car even more easy to drive. If you then drive on the highway, the RPMs will go down, because the end gearing of this transmission is, I think it's a 1. 4th gear is 1-on-1, and the end ratio is 307. If you then go to a 5-speed, you have a 0.83, so you get 20% lower in RPMs then. So yeah, if you then drive like 2500 RPMs, you go back to 2000. So that's pretty nice. So we will see. So hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. If you want to see my other videos, have a look in the right corner for you. There's my logo. You can click on it, see all the other videos also of the project, also the other 201. If you've never seen it, the W201 with the V12 in it, have a look in the playlist. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.